Hello fellow traders, this is Paul Lemmo, Big Kuna Trading Club. Got a couple more stocks for you. Wanted to add a little bit riskier second stock because the chart just looks good. Got really good momentum. We'll get into that in a second. First one here is BOW, Bowhead Specialty Holdings, and we'll break it down here in a second. But first, before we dive in, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe. It really helps us reach more traders like you and keeps you updated on our latest trading tips. Okay, just a reminder, we're still in treacherous market conditions. The Dow Jones 30 is still at E+. And if you want to understand more about how we come about the market rating, go to bigkunatradingclub.club/market-rating. Okay, breaking down the cycles on our first stock. Again, BOW. It's had a 0.7 BMI breakout off of its IPO in 2024. Vector 2.5, we get a Cat 3 pullback, first cycle TD6. You can see it held up right above that $30 psychological price point, basically a triple bottom, popped out of there. TD9 cycle, it's a 50-day cycle, and a soft landing pullback, retest 35 MA there. So now the cycle pullback is off of the Cat 3 TM-2 cycle, again higher high and also higher lows. And this is a cycle-based cup and handle. Again, in case you haven't heard some of the prior videos, the cycle-based cup and handle can have higher highs and higher lows just based on where the cycle count is. Normal cup and handle patterns are horizontal from the U-pivot. So now that we got a TM2 setup high, we have a TD6 cycle internal. It's a 1-month cycle, and probably will be a soft landing pullback, maybe even back to fill that gap to $38. But once that bottoms out, should continue up from here. And based on the BMI over here, could very well 0.7 times $37. That's about $25 or so, plus 37, 57, 62, 60 plus, somewhere in there. That would be a 50% plus gain out of here if it hit the BMI target. I just think the pattern quality and the cycles on this suggest it could do quite a bit better than that. We'll see. The psychological price point above that, let me see, above the $60 area is going to be $75 or $100. Now, if we get 100% out of the area over here, this is probably going to be a PBC zone breakout, 45, 47. Again, 100% out of there would take it to $100 plus. So I just think this looks like a pretty good chart. Has some good potential on it. I don't know that we're going to stop just right at that BMI target, but it's possible. But overall, the pattern quality on this is excellent. Let's look at the next stock here in a second. If you're unfamiliar with any of the trading terms I'm using, you can find our club lingo at bigkunatradingclub.club/lingo. Okay, next one here is QH. This has a really high vector on the stock, and this would be in a riskier category just because of the high momentum. So it's more of a lunch money play, but if it reproduces the BMI and vector on the left-hand side of this, is close to 600% gain over here. And if you just take it out of the cycle based on the 600%, that could be a $10 plus trade. And we have price squeeze on all three cycles. Basically, we have the TD6 cycle lows were back here, and so the price squeeze coming off of that, once the TM2 set, we get a higher low than the TD6 cycle lows, and so you get a price squeeze there. And the next cycle you get a TM3 cycle, that's a 5 to 7 month cycle, and we have a price squeeze there. If there was any violation of that, might have been, let me see, 1 day low 125, low right there 126, 127. Yeah, there's a price squeeze right there. So based on that right there, and also right there is from the original first cycle low, you get a price squeeze off that too. So there's definitely some price tension in there, and if we get an explosion out like this over here, this thing could rock and roll very quickly. So long term, looks like it's coming out of 3.5 year or something like that. 3.5 year plus, and a lot of times it will run to the next primary cycle, which is a 5 to 7 year cycle. That could be way out here. It's just hard to tell what's driving this, but worth looking under the hood just because of the extreme momentum and extreme price squeeze. Now, doesn't have huge volume. It's got very low volume, but you can see over here on this breakout here, there was 339 million. So it definitely draws attention. So it could be one of those buzz stocks, but definitely a solid price squeeze here in the cup. And you could wait for a breakout of a 2-month high right there around 160 or so, and could very well slice through that $2 psychological price point pretty quickly. Again, QUHUO Limited. If you're interested in our trading style and want to join the club or get one-on-one coaching, head over to cycletradingtraining.com. Hope you enjoyed the video. Take care.